Hello my crafty friends, and welcome back to the Community Beehive channel. If you're new here, my name is Bee and I am an artist. I have been getting into the Valentine's Day spirit and I've been making tons of granny squares. I made a couple piles of basic granny squares, are just 4 layers or 4 different rows. And it's been a little bit chillier recently, but we live in the state of Florida and normally it's not super chilly. So in the off chance that it's warmer in February, I'm gonna be making a Valentine's Day vest. I have a bunch of fun festivities happening. I wanted to show you guys how I crocheted this Valentine's Day vest. So far, I've just made a total of 21 granny squares, and I have a general idea that I sketched up on my iPad on how I kind of want this vest to go. So I'm going to be piecing this vest together with a ton of these little clips because I want to kind of see what the vest is going to look like pieced together, but without sewing it all together. That way I can add or subtract or change up the squares if I need to. I've never made a vest before. I feel like you can just make anything with granny squares, and I don't know, I've just been really into making things with granny squares recently. So let me piece together the general idea and then I will show you guys how I did that. Let's hope this is enough for what we need. So I'm going to walk you guys through my thought process. Now I'm going to remove this first layer really quickly. What we have here is going to be the back part. So we have 3, 3, and 3. And then these folded ones is what's going to be the shoulder. And then these side pieces is what's going to connect the front to the back. And then I'm going to put one heart right here. This heart is facing the outside on the back. And then I will be using this as the front panel of the vest. And then right here, and right here will be the other front panel of the vest, and it'll connect on the sides. Your arm goes here, and then these 3 are going to kind of create the strap. So now that I have my idea roughly planned out, I'm going to connect it with a bunch of my stitch markers. All right, I have pieced together my very first vest. I think it looks really cute on the side and on the back. I'm going to put it over top of my hoodie because I don't feel like taking it off. It is way too cold for all that. It does fit a little tight because of my jacket, but with just the little clips together, I think that this is so cute, and it would be cute with a cute little tank top or a turtleneck. So now I'm going to sew it together. This is the front, the sides, the back. Super cute. Now the way I'm going to stitch it together is I'm going to start on the bottom and I'm going to just stitch the 3 along the back to create like 2 spines, and then I will go across. So yeah, I'm going to just start with this. And whenever I'm crocheting and I have these first 2 squares together, I'm starting at the bottom with the 2 squares. And what I like to do, just to make sure it's super tight, is I tie my string together like so, make 2 knots just so it doesn't slip. From here, I'm going to put my hook through the hole and pull up the yarn to make 1 loop and then make like 1 single crochet. And at this point I can take out the stitch marker because it's just going to get in the way. When you have your 2 squares together, I'm going to put my hook through the first loop, the front loop, and then the back loop on the second square. And I'm just going to make a single crochet. Let's see if you guys can see that. So I'm going to go through, facing you guys, it's going to be the back loop, but when you're facing your project, it'll be through the front loop and through the back loop. So there's only 2 loops on your hook, and then you're going to pull through and make a single crochet. And you're just going to do that through the whole pattern, and what that's going to do is, yes, sew your squares together, but it'll also make a nice defined look so that your squares kind of pop out a little bit. And it just gives a little bit more give and stretch. And then you'll start having a nice little border like this. So I will see you at the end of my squares. I have finished the first spine on this sweater vest, and I ended right here. So this right here is going to be the shoulder piece, and then I have the cutout of where my arm's gonna go. So what I'm gonna do is, I still haven't cut my string. I started from the bottom, I crocheted all of these together, and now I'm going to crochet across the first arm sleeve, and it's going to end in the armpit, right? So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 1 single crochet around the whole thing so that I have a more defined arm, and I think I'm actually going to do a half double crochet. So I'm going to single crochet and do the same exact pattern that I did on the back, right here connecting the shoulder. When I make it to the armpit, half double crochet all the way around, and when I make it back, then I could cut off the yarn, but I also could maybe add like a little scalloped edge. I could do a scalloped edge around the shoulders, and I could do it around the arms. I think that might be kind of cute. I'm gonna do it. Right now I've just done that, and so now I'm going to go across this arm, and in each corner I have been doing 2 double crochets. I feel as if it just gives you a little bit more give and keeps the stitches nice and together. Again, when I'm going across, going in the front stitch and the back stitch only, and single crocheting. Now that I've made it all the way across, I've made it to the corner. I'm going to take out my stitch marker, and I'm just going to do 1 single crochet in the corner to hold the pieces together, and then I'm going to go into each stitch around and do a half double crochet. So I'm going to start here, yarn over, so in the corner 2 half double crochets, and then need more yarn. Now I'm working in one of the squares around the sleeve, half double in each. And again, this is just around the arm border. Okay, so you can see I've crocheted up, down, and now I've made it to where the bottom portion is, where my armpit would go. So in this little corner, I'm gonna do 2 half double crochets and then 1 single crochet to single crochet the top and the bottom together. Let me show you that. So in the corner, half double crochet, half double crochet, and then into the bottom piece, I'm going to do crochet to get them together, and then half double crochet on the bottom portion of the armpit all the way across. You can kind of see how that's happening. I'm going to crochet across here and then do the same thing all the way around. I have finished my arm. So it looks really cute. Currently it's inside out right now, but this is what it looks like so far. And now I'm going to go around and add the scallops, I think. I'm going to see how it looks. I'm going to do one side and then see if I want to keep it. Okay, so I started doing it and I don't think I like the scallop look. I think I liked it when it was more simple. I only did 3 of them, but I think I'm gonna take them out because I don't love it. So now that I've finished the arm piece, I'm gonna cut it off and leave a little tail so I can glue it later. So yeah, one portion sewed up and done. Oh, it's inside out. No, it's right side out. Inside out, one more time. So yeah, I've done just the top portion and the little arm piece. So now I'm gonna go in and do the exact same thing on the other side. I've now finished. Whenever you hold up the vest by the shoulders, I sewed the middle parts and did both of the arms. So those are complete. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm going to sew right here. So this is the side, this is the armpit. So I'm going to sew up this side right here and then sew across so that it attaches here. And then I can sew across the back again, all the way to the other armpit of the corner, and then I can sew down. So I try and whenever I try and do these, I try and piece as many as I can together so that there's less adding strings and chaos. So for that one more time, I'm just gonna start on one armpit and then go all the way across the back and then down next to the other one. So I put this on a hanger because I just got these new pink felt hangers. I want to get a bunch more. I like that the crochet doesn't slip, but my original intention was to use these hangers for my rave outfits. So I think I want to get some more to hang up my crochet as well. Anyways, so far we have crocheted the 2 center pieces. I don't know if you guys can see where it's red. So we've done here, here, up here on the shoulders, all the way down and across is what we just did. So I think what I want to do next is from the very front pocket, start here and go all the way around, connecting all of the squares all the way around. That'll be a big chunk of the cardigan all pieced together with one string pretty much. So that's the next step that I'm gonna do. She's coming along so nicely. I'm obsessed.
Down here, and so I am so excited day after day after day. And in order.
Okay, friends, so now when I turn the vest around, we have sewn together every single piece on the back. The only thing that we have left to do is right here on the front, right here, and then there's another little gap here and here. So I think what I'm gonna do is right next to the armpit, there is the front portion. So I think I'm gonna go up through these 2 squares and then around to the front. And I'm going to sew up that one, sew up and over, so that'll be one string. That'll just leave this one right here, and I'll just go from the inside, or maybe I'll probably do the outside in and finish it on the inside. The same thing on the front. I'm gonna go up right into the armpit and across to the front. I'm gonna do from here in, and those will be my last few. That'll be the whole entire vest sewn together. The last portion is just doing a border from the bottom up over the shoulders through the neckline and back down. So I'm going to stitch the last few together, turn around the front. Maybe I'll look at my buttons. I think I have some buttons left over. I think it might be cute if I added 2 little buttons right here so that I could close the vest in the front, but we'll see. So I will see you guys once I sew it all together. Okay, friends, I have made it through sewing all of my granny squares together. I wanted to show you what I have done since. So this is the cardigan turned right side out. With the way that we were sewing together the squares, you can kind of see that there's like a defining line, like each square is kind of emphasized a little bit more, and then the background is red, so on the different colors it really pops. Now what I have done is, once I sewed all of my squares together, I started here and I have been double crocheting all the way around, and in each joining area between the squares I actually stopped at the very last one so that I could show you guys. I turned the vest right side out before I did it so that the stitches were facing outward and it just looks a lot cleaner. So like I said, I went into this corner and then I laid my tail on top as I did each half double crochet, and it just does a great job at hiding the tails so that I don't have to weave it in later. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. It's not supposed to be a full tutorial video, but if you guys ever wanted one, let me know. I would love to make it for you guys. Now that we're here and this is between two squares, I yarn over. I apologize, I'm trying to find the best angle to show you guys. Okay, so yarn over and pull through, do a half double crochet right there in one corner, do another half double crochet, so 2 half double crochets in the corner, and then right in the center where you have joined together the squares, I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's like a portion right here. I'm gonna go through this stitch, so let's see if you guys can see that. I'm gonna take my hook, push it through the 2 stitches so it's like in the middle. See how it goes right through? Pull a string. Oh, I should have yarned over. Neat, back up. Yarn over, push it through the top 2 loops of the conjoining stitches, pull through and make your half double crochet right in the center, and then you come to another corner, yarn over, half double crochet there, and then put another half double crochet in the corner. So let's finish this last square, half double crocheting in each stitch all the way down. Now I have made it all the way around the whole entire front portion of the vest, and I've made it to the corner, and now my vest is upside down. I'm gonna do 3 half double crochets in the corner. Then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way around. I've made it to another 2 of the squares together. So the 2 squares that have already been conjoined together, whenever you're working in this stitch, you're gonna do 2 half double crochets here. Then you're going to do a half double crochet inside the yarn in the center piece. And then in this square, you're gonna do another 2 crochets, and then you'll do 1 crochet in each of the cluster, so 1, 2, 3, and just do that along every single stitch. It's only the corners where there's 2 squares together that it's gonna be a little bit different. Okay, I have now made it to the very end, and I wanna show you guys how I finish it off. So all I did was 1 single crochet or 1 half double crochet to start this corner off whenever I started to do my border for the outside of the vest. For the last portion, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in the corner, and that'll make our 3 double crochets that we did in the other corner. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the very first half double crochet and then cut my yarn. Let's take a look at her. Putting her back on the hanger so that it's easier to see her shape. I absolutely love how it turned out. I like the border, and I didn't even think about how it would go all the way around and then all the way around the bottom as one full little yarn piece. Now the only thing left for us to do is to turn it inside out and tie off all of your string colors. I like to, whenever I put two colors together, tie the tails in a really tight knot, cut them, and then add a dab of fabric glue. I'm not going to be doing that with you guys today, but just know that that is an added bonus. But I am going to cut off these strings, show you guys what it looks like before. I think I have woven in just about every single thread. I'm going to show you the inside out version. So this is the back. I was cutting and weaving in all of the edges so that it just looks a lot more clean. Now I'm turning it right side out. And this is the finished vest. I think it looks so cute. So this is the fit, this is the vest, and tomorrow morning I'm gonna style it for you guys and show you what it looks like on. So I will see you guys in the morning.